I was born in BC, British Columbia, in 1986, and my father was an alcoholic, and he died when I was really young. And then my mom raised 4 kids by herself. My father was abusive to us, and my mom, and my older brother was really abusive too. So I put up with a lot of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse until I was 16. And then, so I went into foster care when I was 14. And then when I was 15, I was sexually abused by a foster parent. That went on for a bit, less than a year. And then I went to another foster home, and until I graduated out of the foster care program when I was 19. I moved to Calgary when I was 20, and I actually didn't start drinking until until 2009. So I had a younger sister that disappeared in 2009. She went to Las Vegas with a few of her girlfriends for her 21st birthday, and somehow they got separated at some club they were at, and we never saw her again. So I moved in. So my family now are very disconnected, and from 2009 till 2014. So I moved in with a friend of mine in 2009, and her parents were alcoholics, and so was she. So I started drinking, living under that roof. And then from 2009 until 2014, I had gone to Las Vegas 11 times, trying to get some answers as to what happened to my youngest sibling. And then from 2014 until 2020, or until 2019, I struggled with alcohol, and but I was always able to keep a job and a nice place to live and everything like that. And then in 2019, I lost my mom. Then in 2020, January of 2020, I decided to stop drinking. So I stayed sober for 16 months without any rehab or meetings or anything like that. And then my twin sister decided to shut me out of her life because she struggles with her own addiction, but she didn't want to face it, and I was constantly bringing it up. And so that took a toll on me because, well, I have nieces and nephews. So to just have that ripped from my life was kind of tough. So then I didn't start drinking again. I just moved on to other substances like crystal meth and cocaine and things like that. And then in 2003, I got a $50,000 settlement, and I went and toured the United States. And I ended up in Florida, and I was down there for 8 months. And I met somebody down there that turned out to be, you know, a horrible influence and whatnot. And So, and I ended up in the hospital down there. I was smoking so much meth that I ended up getting a pulmonary embolism and endocarditis, which led to sepsis. And so I was in the hospital for 5 weeks and they didn't think I was going to make it. So I was in Orlando in the hospital, and yeah, I didn't have one visitor or anything like that. And so then, you know, I pulled through and everything, and I was living in my car down there at the time because the last few months that I was down there, I was pretty much stranded. And then I got my tax return and flew home. And then I checked into rehab shortly after that. They totally saved my life, so, you know. So yeah, I would thank them for that, for sure.